crack it, money clocking, throwing the bloody
high school
carcass at you from the
trigonometry,
front row.
90-degree
Concert out the park, kid. It's big
Birdhouse, do you hear me? Birdhouse.
Loose when I aim shoot. I'm not stressing
right
dressing
way.
the art. Me, I'm stressing the art.
You're not going to make it, and we're not going to tell you how. But today we'll play with tools, philosophize, and drink beer. Welcome to
The Birdhouse
This is the
Report.
fall-winter studio.
For now, to get started on some of these projects, we need this table for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Sonny Crockett, money clocking, throwing the bloody carcass at you from the front row of your crummy concert. Out the
Order. You know what entropy is?
Entropy?
Entropy.
Yeah.
Property of the universe. What do you think it is?
Entropy when things are left to disintegrate.
Yes and no. Not really. See, that's the thing. Is it's a very. I don't think I truly understand the concept, but it is such a crucial concept to understand, and it doesn't make sense from a human mind. The human mind is not. It's a difficult concept. It's totally physics, but the idea is it has to do with order and chaos. Like it's a law. I think it's a law. I'm not a physicist, but the best thing I can do to describe it is that it's a law of physics, and or not a law, but it's part of thermodynamics. And the common way it's described is that things tend to disorder. But there's an idea of tend to go into the direction of disorder, right? But of course, entropy isn't exactly that. It's really about. I think at its core, it has to do with it's the natural process of, say, putting dye into a piece of some water. The whole process of it becoming homogeneous is entropy at work. Establish yourself as a model citizen
That's right.
with, being responsible to the environment and so on and so forth.
Hashtag Howard University.
I got this hashtag TC. Actually, I have his business card. This hat is brought to you by... Oh. Let me see. I have his business card here.
Let me tell you, while you're finding that, let me tell you the story about my hat.
Tell me the story. The hat of the moment?
Yes, this is Howard University. I pulled it out for our day today.
Uh-huh.
This hat comes from when I was 16. My parents took me on a trip to DC, to Washington DC, and I wanted to tour the campus of Howard
As a potential college.
Now,
And ladies and gentlemen, I can qualify that it would have not been anything but the most authentic student experience.
so the people that give you the tour, because you have to sign up for a tour and everything. The people that give you the tour at universities, Howard included, I guess Howard has a history of every once in a while getting a student looking at their college that has found it in error, that was looking for Harvard.
Oh,
So they said, this isn't Harvard, right?
yeah.
And so several people along the course of my day said, that this isn't Harvard, right? This is Howard. I said, yes, I am.
I know what Howard is.
I am well aware of the university.
The dilution of something. And then there are things like crystals is a low entropy in terms of there's a structure, like a lattice, a very rigid structure. I think it's low entropy in the sense that the disorder, the ability to separate the distinct parts is very hard. In other words, like a lattice. This pegboard would be the fact that it's so measured. Entropy describes why, apparently, if you put your earbuds in your pocket, chances are when you take them out, they will be tangled. Why? Because there's only, of all the possible ways that piece of wire could be what shape it could take, there's only one in which it's untangled. That's entropy. That there are a million ways it could be shaped. And the tendency is for things to go into a shape that has the minimal amount of energy to it. The configuration of the universe has the minimum. The reason why we're alive is because there's friction. There's stress. That's the reason. Once you have zero stress, and entropy has done its job, that's it. The universe is over. And that's exactly where it's going, long after us little creatures have had our day. It's going to be a cold, imagine like one photon every so light years. Heat death, right? And the fact of the matter is, this table, what we have done is we have increased its entropy because there's only one state. There's only one way it can be that it's clean. Every other way, it's got something on it. And what we're doing with the studio is we're increasing this situation that's it's forcing it into one particular state over any of the other millions and billions of ways it can be. Entropy just says it's going to get cluttered again. And our will is preventing entropy from taking shape on this thing. Because entropy just says it's going to get cluttered. Mm-hmm. The whole human existence is a defiance of entropy. Mm-hmm. A defiance of death. I mean, I don't know if I'm really a physicist will argue, and I concede to anyone who has more knowledge of physics. And frankly, I don't truly comprehend entropy, but I know it's like something so critical to understand about because it really puts into context the whole idea of like that life is hard, fundamentally. And the fact that it's hard is about combating a natural process of the universe. And if you allow that process to take hold, we're dead.
Backwater cult.
I'm Sonny Crockett, money clocking, throwing a bloody carcass at you from the front row.
90-degree turn.
Or has it?
Make the Birdhouse. Do you hear me? Birdhouse.
The Rosicrucians were stamped out as an order, but they live on as the Illuminati.
You're cutting the right way.